Hello, I'm Derek Mitchell, President of the National Democratic Institute. Over the past 2 weeks, an NDI delegation that I led met with members of the government, Central Election Commission, political parties, civil society, and media of Georgia to examine the pre-election environment ahead of Georgia's October parliamentary elections. Today, NDI issued a report with the delegation's findings. NDI observed that almost 30 years into independence, Georgia has proved its technical capacity to conduct credible elections. The country has also taken important steps forward to ensure greater participation of women in politics and has laid out a path toward fulfilling promises of a fully proportional electoral system. However, citizen expectations for a democratic election process this year are high, and despite recent reforms, several long-standing concerns remain. Without further improvements, a pattern of polarization and declining public confidence in the country's democratic institutions will continue. This will, in turn, make the country more vulnerable to external interference. All stakeholders need to summon the political will to place the integrity of the process over partisan interests. While ultimately it is the people of Georgia who will determine the course of their country, we fully support and stand by Georgia's democratic aspirations. It is in this spirit that we make the following recommendations. First, all authorities and government entities with electoral responsibilities should rigorously enforce all electoral legislation and regulations in a timely and impartial manner. Credible citizen election monitors should be allowed to do their work without interference or intimidation. Political parties and candidates should develop policy platforms focused on solutions to issues that concern citizens. Campaigns should refrain from speech that inhibits cross-party cooperation or seeks to denigrate public confidence in the process. Parties should develop inclusive campaign programs that address concerns of underrepresented groups and integrate them as candidates. Parties and candidates should consider issuing statements in support of equality and anti-discrimination. Media outlets and journalists should be allowed to perform their legitimate functions and exercise their rights without government interference or harassment. Authorities should avoid any threats or actions that could be seen as politically motivated interference in media independence. And finally, Facebook, YouTube, and other online platforms should cooperate closely with Georgian CSOs to mitigate information manipulation. Facebook should urgently address issues raised by Georgian CSOs related to coordinated, inauthentic behavior, prohibit micro-targeting, and improve fact-checking labels. NDI is proud to work with Georgians in support of democratic processes that are transparent, inclusive, and allow citizens to hold their government accountable. We will continue monitoring the pre-election environment and will also closely track the conduct of the election itself.